What is up? So it has been about a month since the last AMA or Ask Me Anything hosted by Combat Waffle Studios. If you have not watched that video yet and are interested in some of the features talked about back then that are still on the roadmap, make sure to watch it. It'll be linked in the description and the info card. But we are on the horizon of some really amazing upcoming features, and a lot of them will possibly be brought in July's wipe. The entire recorded AMA will be linked down in the description, and you should definitely check it out and watch the entire event, as I will only be cherry picking and talking about what I personally am most excited about. So buckle up, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. Some of the biggest changes in Tabor we are going to see is the living pod. The bunker is changing drastically to allow for future expansions and mechanics that are presented later in this video. Got screen shared this actually and showed off a ton of eye candy. I think that overall the bunker was fine, but I will 100% accept an overhauled bunker with lots more to do.
I'm working on tactical reloading, aka mag palming.
I actually had to look up what mag palming was, but basically it's being able to hold a magazine and use that magazine to eject and interact with the weapon while you're still holding the fresh mag. I've been playing Tabor so long and doing it the traditional way for so long, it's going to be a really big adjustment for me.
Factions are coming with the July wipe. AI will probably, I want to say it's going to be closer to September.
Factions are coming really soon. I think factions are really cool, and I really hope that quests reflect different factions. For example, kill 5 Volk or kill 5 Ghosts. I think it would make gunfights more intense and interactions with players all the more deadly or friendly, as you have no reason to kill a Volk if your quest is to kill Ghosts, and vice versa. FENNIX runs or SCAV runs were also talked about, however that will not be coming until much later in the year.
An MPX, a John Wick Glock, a shotgun, and a katana coming July 1 with the John Wick DLC.
New guns are super cool, but at this point I have found so many guns that I enjoy using regularly. I feel like it's going to be really hard for me as a player to branch out from my preferred weapons.
I want to allow you all to like wrap your mags with tape or like paint them, custom mark them.
The ability to customize or mark your magazines with how they are loaded is a must. This feature would be really amazing because oftentimes I run staggered, standard, and AP rounds in a gun, or I will load a bunch of AP magazines and I will get confused what has standard ammunition in it, and currently you can't really tell. That being said, it would be really nice to be able to mark your magazines with what ammo they have in them.
I know all the map names.
Well, not all of them. Just
the next one. The next one is Matka Mess, which means Mother City. So think of it as it's gonna be based off of Prague. We're adding Shut Off Shopping Mall, Bozidar, an airport, a forest, a coal mine. I don't know, bunch of other ones.
But a lot of maps are coming to Ghosts of Tabor and totally subject to change. But yes, I want them all. I want every single one of them. I don't know what I could possibly say more about it. I can't help but keep imagining Tarkov. I want interchange. I want woods. I want shoreline. I just want to play them all, and I want to make guides on every single one of them.
I'm hoping to have the Ronin mask and the other one that you all saw in the screenshot added by July.
Ballistic shields and face masks are going to be a great feature, and the absolute coolness factor is about to increase. Right now, the only real cosmetic helmet is the Boss Mickey mask, but running around chatted out with a Ronin mask is gonna go hard.
Changing to more of like a Tarkov's health system. There's new healing items coming in to where nerds won't be the only thing. Those will become a lot more rare. There's a ton of changes coming now.
They also included health systems and new med items in this AMA, which this is kind of like the Tarkov system, which I kind of grumble a little bit. While this is cool, I just really hope that it's executed well. I could see a lot of the Tarkov system working better on the old iPad wrist that they had in the early screenshots of the game, where it displayed the entire body and you could easily list ailments there. However, with the new implemented wristwatch feature, I think it's going to make it really hard to figure out what your ailments are and where the damage is. I do like the idea of having more meds for different things, so it will be interesting to see how they pull this off. I also think that once a health system change happens and a few other things we are going to talk about shortly, a lot of the casual players are about to fall off of playing Ghosts of Tabor.
Because a lot of you all are really broke looking at the back end today with fish. We're going to allow you to basically take a loan from one of the traders if you don't pay it back within like 10 wipes, they're just gonna come take your shit.
The idea of taking a loan is wild to me. I've been down bad, but I've never been bad enough that I would consider taking a loan. That being said, I'm sure a lot of players would love to use this feature, and I totally support it. I think the pressure of needing to do good in a raid in order to pay off your loan shark, if you don't, he repros all of your stuff, would be a super high risk, high reward style gameplay situation, and I totally support that.
Just wondering if y'all are gonna add like dog tags and stuff, take off people.
Yes.
Dog tags are coming, and I love the ability to collect dog tags in Tarkov. I want to be able to sit in my bunker and look at all of the players that I have removed from the game. And I think on the flip side, as a content creator, getting another creator's dog tags for bragging rights would be awesome. Or a subscriber finally finding you in raid and taking you out and keeping your dog tags would be super awesome.
You're probably going to get a nighttime variant of Island on July 1.
Strong possibility that we are going to see a nighttime map. I have mentioned this before in various videos already, but much like Tarkov, I actually would love to see there be variant maps. Most people avoid the darkness, but it does have some benefits. I'm playing Silo currently a lot right now, and I personally would love to run around the island in the darkness.
Everything will be tied in with the leveling, including your trader levels to unlock rooms. Have to have a certain trader level and a player level and a certain room level to unlock this or that with the trader stuff. That's same as Tarkov.
Right now in Ghosts of Tabor, the trader levels, which really isn't that hard to grind, and the equipment is the only true sense of progression. That being said, about halfway through the raid and currently kind of the position that I'm in right now, there's nothing really to do. And having a leveling system or some sort of stat progression overall, I think will keep people playing longer into the wipes.
But the never wipe room is going to be almost like a prestige. Now, I don't know if it's going to be 1 prestigious or 2 prestigious for a season, but once you get the never wipe room, you never lose it for the life of your account.
You finally, with the never wipe system, will have something to grind for. Unlocking a small room in the new bunker that allows you to store a certain amount of equipment that never wipes is pretty amazing. Similar to kind of getting Kappa container in Tarkov, I really like the idea of being able to store meds and other critical items that I know will be harder to get in the next wipe is the kind of progression that I'm looking for.
And this game is like really easy right now. Like, this is not going to
really
be
fun.
easy. It's going to be really hard come July 1. Like, it's going to be impossibly hard for 95% of you.
This makes me super nervous. Part of me welcomes a challenge and looking for something harder, but the other part of me also acknowledges that this is a VR game, and flat screen gaming and VR gaming are fundamentally different and present both sets of strengths and weaknesses with games in the industry. I think that if the game does become harder, that's great. However, I feel that the polish needs to be there with increasing the difficulty. I think that having the bugs that are currently present in the game already makes the current gameplay loop hard enough. I also don't want to lose the extraction HUD. For me personally, with looter shooters, I dislike games like Tarkov that don't tell you where your extraction is, versus a looter shooter like Cycle Frontier, which at least gives you a map or where your extractions are.
Christmas for the flea market.
I think that personally, this is going to be the single-handedly best change the game is going to make. For some reason, it was mentioned about people actually meeting up and trading. I personally never thought that was how it was going to be implemented, and I hate that idea overall. I think doing a kiosk menu, much like Escape from Tarkov or World of Warcraft's auction house, is going to be a better way. At the end of the night of raiding, I can post my auctions and wake up to maybe mail with attached money. I think that this opens up a totally different playstyle to the game of cornering markets and being able to play the economy of the game, which, to my knowledge, nothing in VR allows you to do this.
Airdrops. That's all I'm going to say. Airdrops.
I love this idea. I think having a set amount of guns or equipment reserved only to airdrops would be amazing. It would give players a reason to funnel to a certain location of the map or the island or wherever they decide to put airdrops. I think that having them is great. I personally would love to see this implemented like right now. But thank you all very much for watching. Overall, very excited about the future of Ghosts of Tabor and the future of my YouTube channel. It's crazy that I'm finally able to play a VR game and create VR content around like one game. That's insane for as niche as VR is right now on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things of Ghosts of Tabor, and I will see you all on the island.